3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of BYOB with Pika Latushi. We are now in the segment of Pikala's shameless self-promotion. And this is the point of the show where I like to feed people. I love cooking for people. I love feeding people. Now, you, as you mentioned in the interview, are on the elimination diet.
Yes. Very sad. It's fine.
So I wanted. She was like, "You don't need to feed me," and I'm like, "No, I need to learn how to mix stuff." So we're feeding you. And so you sent me a bunch of stuff. You can't have anything, really.
Right?
You can have like fruits and vegetables,
Yeah,
and that's about it.
Yeah.
So I made you. I found a fruit like a grape salad that I liked, but I wanted to give it my own spin. So rather than putting the cucumbers in, I made a cucumber dressing.
Oh, I love that.
So this is what we're gonna have. It's a little purple grapes. I guess they call them red grapes. They're actually purple, with celery.
Okay.
And then the dressing is cucumber, a little bit of olive oil, a splash of balsamic,
Yum.
some garlic,
Okay.
lemon juice, and a little bit of a pinch of salt. I don't know if I said that. And what I think is a very highly underrated herb, if you will, dill.
Ooh, yes.
So yeah, so let's dig in and let's see
wonderful.
how this turned out. I'm excited. I made the dressing last night to give it a chance to really. Yeah, you like that?
Oh, this is so good. I love it.
Yay!
Oh, wonderful.
Oh my gosh, this is really good.
So good. Well, it was so funny because, the one nice thing about having to go through this food experience in the pandemic is like I'm not eating out anyway.
Yeah.
So I just feed myself. It's fine, and I actually have plenty of things I like to eat. So I have my whole routine. But lately, there's been a couple of things here and there where like food comes up, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, no.
No.
I'm like, I'll just be here with water. It's fine.
No. I was like, no, that's not how this goes. Like,
Oh, this is so delicious.
yeah, it actually. I was like, really, grapes and celery?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised.
This is so refreshing. And if you like the dressing, I'll just give you some.
Oh,
Yeah, because
I
like
love that.
I made it like I don't know. I don't know what I was like. Let's see how this goes. And it was a whole cucumber, so
Okay.
and that's really the majority. So she can't have dairy or anything like that.
In most spices, anything that's like a seed-based spice, and I love spicy foods and lots of different herbs and seasonings. So yeah, that has been definitely. I've cheated a little bit lately with some smoked paprika, and that has been in my journey. I'm now a pescatarian, so I have been eating seafood, which is new. I've been a vegetarian for 20 years until this, but I've been really enjoying the seafood.
Oh yeah.
And so I've been doing a seafood stew with, it's basically kind of like mushroom and shrimp and doing a little bit of paprika in there.
Ooh.
So that's been my cheat, and so far so good. I think I can get away with it. But this is so delicious, and I've been lazy with my dressings. I've just been doing balsamic and olive oil, just splash it. I don't even emulsify it. But I love this because it's fresh and it's a different flavor, and yeah, it's just so refreshing.
Yeah. No, really, it's almost. I mean, basically, it's a tzatziki without the yogurt. Added a couple of other things to just,
I
give
love it.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never made anything like this before. I was very nervous. I'm so glad it turned out this well, and honestly, y'all. Grapes and celery go together.
It's very interesting.
It doesn't make any sense, but it makes all the sense in my mouth.
Oh, this is so good.
Snoopy's gonna have so much fun with that.
So do you want to know a secret?
Yeah.
So I do this thing where occasionally, I grew up as a really picky eater, and the cool thing about having been a vegetarian for so long was I started eating different things. just over, and of course I got older and things like that. But sometimes I'll allow myself to have like peer pressure with foods. Like, for example, because textures can bother me. Mm-hmm. And so once someone offered me a persimmon, or they were talking about persimmons, I'd never seen a persimmon. I don't know if you've had one.
Nope.
They're amazing. You know when your parents would say, oh, this tastes like candy? And you're like, no, it doesn't. It's fruit. It's not candy. Nope. Persimmons actually taste like this sweet, cinnamony, so amazing. So this woman brings me them, and they look like this slimy goo, and I was horrified. And I was like, oh no. And I actually love them now. I really love them. So I have to admit, and this is a credit to you, I have been squeamish about grapes my entire life. And originally you wanted to do a tomato salad, and I was like, no, I can't have tomatoes. And so you're like, well, how about grapes? And I was like, I didn't have the heart to tell you. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. And here we are, and I am loving this.
Yeah.
I am loving it so much. And I was like, I'll do the peer pressure thing. I will eat it. It will be fine. And it's so delicious. I'm really excited.
I am
like,
so
I mean
excited
it with all my heart.
Yay!
So thank you. And
You're
I was
welcome.
brave, and you totally killed it.
You are so brave. You're
it's so good.
Yay! And also, y'all, if you're like, honestly, I feel like this is like a PSA that wasn't meant to happen, but it is. You can have a restrictive diet and still eat delicious stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the problem. The thing is the most expensive thing you're going to buy at a grocery store usually is the spices. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, that's an investment. So, hey, Nate. Mm-hmm. So start small. Like if you do have to go on a restrictive diet, or if you are like many people in the pandemic, a lot of people we're low on funds, we're low on cash. Don't cheat yourself out of spices, mm-hmm. because they're going to last a very, very long time. And they really will just add a pop to even like if you're we often get the 3-11 meals because we're in a tight spot as well, and they're pretty good. I'm grateful for them. Yeah. But sometimes you just need to add a little. And also, dill is underrated. Mm-hmm. Dill is so good.
I love dill, and I've been doing a lot of sweet potatoes because I really need to get the starches, because like almost all, I mean, of course there's carbs and like fruits and vegetables, but like no grains, no beans, no legumes, things like that. And so you have to have starches, a lot of sweet potatoes, and so I've been doing dill on the sweet potatoes, which has been really wonderful. And then also, I used to always do something I called like broke gourmet, where it would be a pasta, olive oil, and then just like hot pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, the crushed red pepper.
Yeah.
So good.
And then of course I put like a little citrus on there. Mm-hmm. Some garlic.
Yeah.
Amazing. And we all know about well, I don't know about y'all, but I definitely spent a lot of time, and even now, of course I can't have pasta currently, but that it's such an affordable way to eat. You get that cheap pasta and jazz it up a little, and you might forget the pauper's dinner, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, grew up Italian, and looking back at some of the dishes we had, I was like, they were delicious, but we had them all the time because, my grandmother was a product of the Depression, So a lot of these foods that we love to eat, like even the pierogies that I make, these are delicious foods. They're comfort foods, and they are born out of poverty. Really, how to stretch your food amount, feed the most people with the least amount of ingredients.
It's funny. I have often thought about like the casseroles of my childhood, or always spaghetti. And this was just funny because it was a thing on a meme the other day, and I was laughing because that whole idea where you have the spaghetti and then the leftovers, your parents make spaghetti pie, which is just baked, and they cut it. And it always seemed like such bullshit as a kid, where they're like, look, it's spaghetti pie. And you're like, well, it's just the leftovers baked. And,
My Uncle Red's was like, we did like, we did not throw anything away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my uncle writes, he was my great uncle. Nothing got thrown away. Everything was save it and put it in an omelet.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, really? Even the hot dogs? So yeah, hot dog omelets. And also delicious. So
Yeah.
I think Vivacious and I could sit here all day and talk about food.
Oh yeah.
All day. So we're not going to take up any more of your time, y'all. Definitely check out Vivacious Miss Audacious. Check out Glamour Rectangles. Get yourself a robe. They're just lovely. Yeah. Anything else to say?
You know, I think one thing to note, because I know that we're all trying our best right now, and there's that joke in the entertainment world that we're all passing the same $20 around to each other. We're like, here you go.
Here you go. Oh, here.
Well, and I will say I've been doing a lot of custom robes, and especially when it comes to some of the customs and the satins, I do like split payments and things, and can work with people. So if there is something that you're really loving, we're all in the same boat, and just trying to support each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so if there was something you really had your eye on, feel free to holler, because I'm happy to, help make it accessible in that way. Because I think that it's been nice to treat ourselves, and we can't live with the dark cloud over ourselves, or over our heads every moment. And sometimes you just have to say, you know what, I'm going to get that thing I really love. I just wanted to mention that, because that can be a nice avenue to get yourself something really lovely.
Yeah, that's awesome. And thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this has been so wonderful. Y'all, this has been BYOB with Pika Latushi. I am Pika Latushi signing off. Kisses from a distance. Okay, that was so much fun.
Oh, this is so great. And I'm loving this. It's so funny. I told my best friend, I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared of the grapes. I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I was like, wow, it's so good.
Oh,
so you basically get the gold star of the day.
Yay. Yay. Yeah, grapes are one of those fruits that I really like, but then it's like there's just so many of them.
Oh, right.
Right? And it's like, this is like, they're really boring to eat.
Like, not another grape.
Not another grape. But now, I've had grape salsa before, which was really good.
Okay.
But this is so, I am blown away. Grapes and celery. Who knew?
Yeah. I know, and when you described it, I was like, okay, I can see how that's good. But it is funny, when you just, put it that way. We're like, yeah. But yeah, the dressing really pulls it together. And yeah, just that perfect summer salad. And I think, too, I've had that kind of set amount of things. It took me a while. On one hand, I was grateful being a vegetarian and eating whole foods anyway. Mm-hmm. And especially in the pandemic, it's we just haven't been eating out at all, and it's been awesome to see how much money we've been saving. Yeah. And of course, it's a necessity right now, but I'm in a couple support groups on Facebook, and I can't imagine trying to do this diet being a very American, if you just think of if you eat fast food a lot and you're not used to cooking and you're not used to a lot of variety. But even so, it was harder than I expected. And then eventually I just had to start eating the fish. And it's funny because I became vegetarian at 18, and originally I was going to eat seafood, and then I had it one day, and I was like, oh, but I think it was soon enough. I was thinking about this a lot before. I was like, I need to be ready to eat fish, because if I'm repulsed by it, it's not going to do me any favors. You know?
No.
And so I was thinking a lot about it, and my response the last time I had it, 20 years ago, and I was like, I think it was mental, because it had been soon enough that I'd quit other meat that I'm like, there's no way it was making me sick.
Yeah.
And I think it was just in my head. And I do think that this whole time, because especially if I were somewhere regional or living here, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I wish I could partake in this thing that's so local, and if someone would get some fish somewhere, I'd be like, oh, I can see how that's good for you. Yeah. I wasn't craving it, but I'd be like, oh, I'm sure that's delicious. Mm-hmm. And so once I kind of started to eat it, I was like, I think that this whole time I've just wanted fish. I cried. It was crazy. And not because I was scared about it. It was like so emotional. And I was just like, it was like Christmas week. I was just like a basket case. I was like, and it was so weird. Yeah, so I think, and of course, the Omegas and shit like that. But it's been a revelation to kind of have that and finally get into a groove where I'm like eating food that's delicious and I'm relatively satisfied and feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Except occasionally I want Irish coffee and I'm mad about it. I want chocolate boozy coffee.
Yeah, well, Honey did, Cece,
Mm-hmm.
she did the elimination diet
Okay.
a few years ago. I forget what they ended up figuring out her allergy was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. Maybe like
It's
I'd
crazy.
rather be sick.
I know. It's really, well, then the interesting thing is, of course, there's so many reasons why people do it, but for me, it's like I have this rheumatoid, and I had a little bit of inklings of it. It's mainly in my hands, but I think the stress, like I think being so sick with COVID and then just the stress, and I was in denial about how stressed out I was. I was like, I'm fine, and I wasn't, and but there's so many triggers, whereas I know that some people, it's like, oh, maybe they're having like a stomach issue, and it can be a little bit easier. Everyone's different, but all this autoimmune stuff, so there is a chance that there's certain things, like I might have to avoid grains and wheat forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to be such a bitch about gluten-free. Because I remember like the Atkins era and all of that. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, that's lame. And now that I'm eating gluten-free, I'm just like, okay, I do feel better.
Well, and one of the things that I wonder though is, are people feeling better because they're not putting this
Right.
It's the substances that's in the bread.
Yes.
Like, so
right. And like our American versus, I've heard people talk about like grains from other countries.